and happy Sunday, Vineyard Kids and Youth. Before we get started on today's message, I have a couple of announcements for you guys. First, this is our very last branches for now. This is our last time meeting in our house groups. You guys know the big building that we meet at all together once or twice a month. Well, we are going to start meeting there every single Sunday, which I'm really excited about because it'll give me the chance to see more of you guys, for you guys to get to see each other more. So I'm really excited about that, but I will be sad to leave this nice rhythm of meeting in each other's houses that we've gotten into, and just the fun of getting to meet with you guys in small groups. So take in this last branches for now. We don't know what the future holds, so there is a chance that one day we may return to this, but there's also a chance that we won't, and so just take it in. That brings me to my second announcement, and that is that our Co-Gather fundraiser that we've been doing, the Penny War, is coming to an end next Sunday, and that means that next Sunday the winners of the Penny War are going to be announced. So I'm going to have all of the change counted up, make sure that we know who's in the lead, and if you guys bring extra pennies or extra silver coins or extra dollar bills, we'll add all of those up and we will find out live time who the winner of the Penny War is. My last announcement is that next week, this is a great time to be ending our Penny War fundraiser because we are switching gears as to what we're doing in terms of fundraising for our Co-Gather space. And instead of raising money all together through this Penny War, we are going to be passing it off to you guys to start asking your community, start asking your relatives, your friends, what they would like to give to donate to this Co-Gather, because I'm really excited about what the space is going to be for you guys, with the playground and just places for you guys to spend time with your friends. We're really excited for what this space can be, and so we want you guys to be excited enough about this space for you guys to go out and tell your community. That is all the announcements for today, and so that brings us into our lesson. We are continuing this week with our series on bells. So let's get started. We have been following this acronym, BELLS. An acronym is just where each letter of the word stands for another word. And so if you guys remember, BELLS is spelled B-E-L-L-S. That's 5 letters, and we are on to our our 4th letter. Can you guys remember what the first 3 are? First we had B, which stands for bless. If you guys said bless, give yourself a round of applause. Second letter is E. Do you guys remember what E stands for? Yes, if you guys said eat, you are correct. And then last week we had L. Do you guys remember what L stands for? Yes, listen, and that brings us to the second L in bells, which is, drumroll please, learn. Our 4th letter and our second L stands for learn, and we are going to be talking about what it looks like to learn Jesus in the early days of the church, right after Jesus had visited his people and given them the Holy Spirit. The early church, they had this idea of learning Jesus. That's not something we say very often now. We don't say, hey, what are you learning? Oh, I'm learning Jesus. Maybe we say like, oh, I'm learning math or science, or I'm learning my multiplications, or my addition, my subtraction. I'm learning how to spell. But I don't know if you guys have ever heard the phrase to learn Jesus. Well, the early church said this all the time. They would have known exactly what you meant when you said, I'm seeking to learn Jesus. And so we're going to talk about what that means today. So Jesus, he is God, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. He is the Son portion of who God is, but he was also a person, and he lived life just like you and I did, and he taught people a lot of different things while he was here. And you can find that in the Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, but you could also find that even before the Gospels, before Jesus was born, because people talked about him before he was here, and then even after the Gospels, people kept talking about him after, because he just taught them so much, and he was a person of hope. He was the person that they had been waiting for, and he and people wanted to share him with the world, and so they kept talking about him after he left. So really, he's in the whole Bible. From the very beginning to the very end, you can find Jesus woven throughout. And so we are going to be talking about learning Jesus. And so I'm going to break that up into two parts. First, we want to know what Jesus was like. We want to learn Jesus so that we can be like him, so that other people will be like, wow, what makes you so special? What makes me drawn to you? And you can say, that is Jesus in me. I am the way that I am because I am a follower of Jesus, and I want to be more like Jesus every day. And so we want to learn what Jesus is like so that we can be like him. And the second part is that we want to learn what Jesus did, who he was, his significance, and so that when people are like, wow, why do you want to be like Jesus? Why are you a little Christ? What is the what makes him so significant that you wanted to be like him? And we can say, this is what Jesus came to do. This is who he said he was. We're ready to talk to people about who Jesus is and why we have the hope in him that we do. And so those are the two things. And the way that we can do that is by reading the Bible, of course, but also by meeting together and talking about who Jesus was, like we're doing right now. Or I don't know if you guys have seen maybe a movie about Jesus, or maybe watched a TV show. I know that VeggieTales used to be a big hit when I was growing up, and that talks about Jesus. And so there's so many different ways to learn about Jesus. You can ask people about him. We want to be people who are constantly learning about Jesus. And I know that no matter how old you get, there's always more that you can learn. No matter how much you learn, there's always more to learn about who Jesus is. And so that is all for today. I encourage you guys to keep learning about Jesus, to keep learning how to be like him, and more about who he was and what he did, so that you can tell others about it and lead other people to Jesus. So I'm going to send you guys off into your small groups, and I just want you guys to talk about what are some things you know about Jesus. Maybe you can learn from each other. All right, you guys, have a great rest of your day.